Guys, today's Monday, October 17th. It's been a hell of a week, literally. The update last week was I decided not to do an update, but rather an update of my life. A week ago, if you didn't see that video, a week ago my father died. It was extremely sudden for us, but we didn't know there was. I can't really talk about what happened because it looks like there's going to be some litigation as to why and how he died. Let's just put it this way, he didn't have to die. So, due to like the traveling and emotional stress, basically emotional stress, I continued to try to eat the foods that I needed to eat to maintain my muscle mass and not go backwards. And I trained, but let's face facts, I was up there. They were like little pump workouts. I barely used any weight for anything. And I got on the scale this morning and I'm 1 pound heavier than I was the last check-in, which is not last week, but the week before. So at least I didn't go backwards muscle mass wise, which is always the case when you're not eating enough food. And I notice now that I'm getting bigger like everywhere. Like everything is starting to get bigger on me, including like where my rib cage is, which, you start to hit that 220 mark around that area. Everything starts to get big. You never see like a 220 guy just with like this super shredded tiny waist. Everything kind of gets bigger in general. I've noticed 230, 240, 250, everything again just kind of swells up together, and you don't have that super tight, like small waist that you do when you're 190 pounds. You don't, not at my height anyways. If you carry a 250 at my height, 5'8" and 3/4, you're not going to be, a 22-inch waist. It's just not going to fucking, or it might happen, who the fuck knows. So I tried to eat on track. I got in maybe 3 or 4 meals a day while I was up there in Rhode Island. There was a restaurant called Not Your Average Joe's. I want to give them a shout out because I know it's a chain and they have them all over the place, but when Aaron and I walked in there, I was like, can you make me just the salmon with nothing on it, just completely grilled? Can you make us potato? They made us everything great, no problem. It was so clean that like literally an hour and a half later you were hungry again because your body burned through it so fast. It was great. Chardonnays, who had a great fillet. We made it work. I went to Performance Nutrition. I got some carb source to use during my workouts because I didn't have Intracell with me, and some Isopure protein shakes and some of those Ostrims. And I got to be 100% honest with you guys. When I started the Intracell and it came out, I haven't used any other carb source. So to go back to using something like I used Carbolin, and it was actually more carbs than what was in the Intracell, and I just poured the fucking thing in there and took it. The pump was still not there. Like, it was not the same pump. Like, you can, there's a lot of people like, oh, carb's a carb, and Vitargo is the same as polyunsaturated and all this shit, and I'm like, it's not. Like, I can feel it. It's completely different. And I had enough food in me, and I was trying to hit some high reps. And granted, mentally I wasn't there, but you don't mentally have to be there to get a pump. You know what I mean? So today I'm sitting at 1 pound heavier. I'm back on track. I do feel like I'm getting to the point where I feel bigger. Like when I put my clothes on, they're tighter in certain areas, like the back, the shoulders, the arms. My waist is not really going up at all. It's still fitting in all my pants and stuff the same way. Leanness wise, I don't feel like I'm getting any fatter. So we'll just continue to slowly kind of climb up 2-3 pounds a week or something like that until I feel like I've had enough. Maybe, 212. The goal next week could be like 215, maybe a little bit higher. So let's get a physique update now on this. Fix this fucking camera angle as always. All right. I don't know if I'm trying to get a better angle like that. That's better like that, I think. So you can see everything is actually getting a lot bigger now. And of course we'll have to hit some leg shots because people are like, Jerry, you actually have decent legs. What the fuck? Why do you want to do physique? You don't do physique just because you don't fucking have legs. You do physique because you're not doing bodybuilding, right? And I literally did not train my legs while I was gone. My workouts consisted of all upper body while I was gone. And it is what it is right now. So today we're actually going to go to the gym and train. And I'm going to do something a little different. So to try to give you guys a little insight as to what my life is like and how I'm feeling, like the ups and downs that I'm having. I'm super emotional. I'm super emotional. Like sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm in a haze. it's weird knowing that Dad's gone, and it's made a huge impact on my life already. So there's going to be 2 parts to the check-in Time to Grow number 5. There's going to be the one today. Well, the whole thing is done today, and we're going to have the check-in, the physique update. We're going to talk about the meals a little bit, and then it'll end there. And part 2 will come up, which actually has a more moody kind of insight. And hopefully, like, that's what I'm trying to get at. When you guys see this, I hope you actually feel what I feel, because Aaron and I are going to, you know, we're trying to put a lot of kind of energy into this to try to portray what I'm actually feeling and how my day is and what it's like to try to move on and keep doing what you're doing. And you can't explain it. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, so I'm hoping that you kind of feel it through the video. So right now, Brady's over here taking his nap. You guys can see him back there on the footstool. He's right there. He's taking like his 4th nap of the day. So we're going to get ready to eat and get shit done for today. First meal of today, first meal of every day has been the same thing for, where the fuck did we get this pink to get soap from? There, I must have bought it. Alright, well, I've been doing the same thing consistently, even while I was on the road up in Rhode Island to see my dad's funeral. And this week it's blueberry protein pancakes from Nutrition Solutions, which the macros on these are pretty much the same. I mean, they're slightly different in each, each flavor that comes in from the shipment, but they're usually pretty close. So what I did was I actually took each pancake out and I put them in a gallon Ziploc baggie. So I had like 8 pancakes in the baggie, and took the baggie with me, and then I put the Nutrition Solutions protein bars, which right here, today's or this week's are actually Snickers protein bars. And I popped them out of these containers and I put them all in a Ziploc baggie, a big gallon Ziploc baggie, and took that with me to the Rhode Island. So like they'll fit inside your cooler. You can fit more food inside your cooler, which I took my ISO pack backpack, and I took my carry-on was actually my cooler, my ISO bag cooler. So I had both of those things filled with food that I took with me because I knew I was going to be on the go. And you know, for me, when I'm not eating like enough food, I get very tired. Like I get run down. I do have some blood sugar issues here and there, which I think are genetic because both my parents were diabetic. So it's important for me to eat. And if I'm with the family and I'm doing stuff, I'm not going to be able to just fucking take off and run to a restaurant. My mom may not have food there that I like. I mean, let's face facts, it's, you know, higher in fat and stuff like that. I don't like to eat that stuff. So I bring my own food, which is normal for my family to see me do that. And it was literally like, you know, I got the call that Dad died. I was flying out the next day. That night I just packed some stuff up in the Ziploc baggies. I actually took like 5 or 6 of the actual meals themselves, put them in the ISO bag, boom, just took off with them. The ISO bag has like sponges that are ice packs. Let me show you what those actually look like. So instead of having a regular ice pack that you cannot fly with, when these things melt, that's a sponge. So you literally can fly with these, and TSA doesn't fuck with you with them at all. So when I got there, I just put the stuff in the fridge at the hotel, had my food ready to go, and then from there it was just a matter of like handling family business and getting shit done. But you know, for me, staying on track is key. It keeps me fucking sane. You know, that's first of all. Second of all, you know, I was there honoring my dad, and my dad was really into anything I did. Whether it was bodybuilding, whether it was like BMX bike racing, it didn't matter what the fuck I was into, my dad would be into it too. He just wanted to see me excel at things and be the best that I could at things. And, you know, the worst thing he would want for me is to not eat, to not train, to do the things that I love because he couldn't be here. It's not his fault. You know what I mean? He just wouldn't want that. So staying on track was super important. And, you know, it helps keep you positive in negative times. I really believe that. I believe that bodybuilding in general can be the only positive thing in someone's life if they're covered around negative things all the time. It's that one concept that's positive, that whatever you put into it, you get out of it, and at the same time, you know, you're feeling good about yourself, knowing that you're doing something towards accomplishing your goals, whether it's just staying fit and healthy. You know, after my father dying of cancer, fit and healthy sounds pretty good to me now at 40 years old, you know. By the time he was 40, he had already had a lot of health issues. And you know, eating is obviously the best way to take care of yourself. It really is, resting and eating. I mean, those are the two things that you need. You can't go without. You'll die without rest. You can't just fucking stay awake for the next 2 months without sleeping for a second. You'll fucking die. Your brain will go fucking insane. You'll die. And if you don't eat, you're dead in, what, a week? Or whatever it is, who the fuck knows. So we're going to eat now. Pack our stuff up, head to the gym. So this is actually going to be the end of this part, which is part 1 of this video. Like I said, you guys can actually see me getting a lot bigger and stuff now, which I'm kind of happy about. I'm digging it. You know, I do like being smaller, but like my jeans and stuff, like somebody commented on my jeans in one of the videos yesterday, like, Jerry, your jeans are tight. You know, it's very hard to find jeans that are normal and not slim or skinny fit. So if you find normal jeans, they usually fit a little bit tight in my legs. And my legs are not even that big, so I don't know what the fuck these guys do with these giant legs. Apparently they only wear fucking sweats or something because, you know, most jeans are tight on my legs. And we're going to get to the gym, train. So be on the lookout for the part 2 of this video, which, like I said, I mean, you know, we're going through some shit right now in life, and this is part of life. And these videos themselves are about building muscle and stuff, but they're also about overcoming things and doing things that people don't think are possible, like gaining weight this fast and not getting fat. Having to not fucking take steroids to gain the weight, which, you know, I talked to my old training partner when I was up there in Rhode Island, told him what I was doing. He was like, yeah, I don't know why these fucking guys use so much this nowadays. I mean, we talked about it, you know, being able to show people what I really eat, and the fact that eating these certain foods actually helps you progress faster, which people don't believe. Well, I'm doing it again. You know what I mean? Again and again and again. I do it over and over again. I preach these principles, and I think that sometimes they get lost on the grandeur that is YouTube and bodybuilding and fitness, etc., etc. And they just think everybody does a shitload of drugs, eats Pop-Tarts all day long, and fucking does 5x5 and fucking squats and does powerlifting, and they fucking look phenomenal, which I guess some people do, but not everybody. So thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for part 2. And as always, it's the time to grow bicep, and we're out.